Be prepared to take a journey with us to the dark side of humanity. Uninhibited human experiments were conducted in the name of scientific advancements, defense, and race to world domination. Trigger warning, this piece has grim, disturbing facts. Not too long ago, the world saw the extent of brutality to which humanity stooped to. Factors of racial superiority, racism, ethnic cleansing, nationalism, and purity spurred people to unleash some unspeakable horrors on other humans. At the backdrop of impending world war, the rise of fascism, absence of laws, all set the stage for human experiments. The subjects were helpless prisoners of war or poor, powerless people. Human experiments were conducted without taking consent or even informing the test subjects what they would be undergoing. Sadly, our past is peppered with such bone-chilling stories. Let us dive into 10 dark pages of our history. But before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. Nazi medical experiments in concentration camps. This hate crime was rooted in anti-Semitism and notions of racial purity. Joseph Mengele was the face of the Nazi experiments. He was called the Angel of Death. Though all the Jews were subjected to torture in the concentration camps, the Nazis had a special curiosity towards twins. The experiments were of a freaky Frankenstein level, creating twins by sewing them together, infecting one twin with a terminal disease, and checking for impact on the other twin. The category of differently abled people and mentally ill people were also flat out murdered for ethnic cleansing. This was done to eliminate the weaker gene pool and build a strong community of Germans. It was believed that the Jews were subhuman and posed a threat to the superior German race. The prisoners were subjected to inhuman conditions to test out the resilience of the human body. They were subjected to hypothermia by freezing them in sub-zero temperatures, checked to see how long they could survive at high altitudes. Prisoners were poisoned, burnt, electrocuted. All the horrendous things imaginable and unimaginable were inflicted. The most horrifying fact is that Mengele escaped the consequences of his actions. He escaped Germany after World War II. Unit 731, Japan's biological warfare experiments. Unit 731 is a now razed-down compound in China where colonial Japanese inflicted dreadful actions on the Chinese prisoners of war. The actions carried out were eerily similar to the Nazi concentration camps. A train would bring people to the unit. A range of atrocities were conducted in the name of science and advancement. The captain of this dreadful experiment was a venerated doctor named Shiro Ishii. He orchestrated creative ways of torturing people. The prisoners on whom experiments were conducted were chillingly referred to as logs, basically dead wood. Humans were seen as inanimate objects. This way, the perpetrators were disconnected from the horrors of their actions. People were dismembered, disfigured alive. They were subjected to frostbite for testing how long it takes for a body to freeze. The people were set on fire. Limbs were crushed. They were hung upside down to see their heads explode. They would cut out the baby from the mother's body to see how it looked. No anesthesia was administered in surgical experiments, all in the name of science. They injected the subjects with serious diseases without telling them. The efficiency of weapons were tested on them. These humans were dispensable. The unfortunate babies born in this hellhole were not spared the horror. They were treated like guinea pigs to test random experiments.